Cavin with a wedding photographer based in San Diego, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 reasons why you should consider getting married in Europe. If you love the idea or are at least interested in the idea of a destination wedding, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 reasons why you should consider getting married in Europe. And also, don't forget to take me with you because I would absolutely love to go photograph a wedding in Europe. Nowhere is too far for me to go photograph you getting married with the loved ones in your life. The first reason is that the landscapes and settings of Europe make for absolutely unforgettable memories. Anywhere from the rolling hills of Ireland to the waters of Santorini to the French Riviera, you can really not go wrong with getting married in Europe. These are absolutely gorgeous settings that are definitely going to photograph so beautifully, and you and your guests will never forget them. Anytime I travel in Europe with my husband, I am just in such awe of the locations that I see there. There is just nothing like being in Europe. If you guys have never been, really now is the time to go for your wedding. You will make memories that you will never forget traveling there. It is just so striking to be there. The venues in Europe, this is my second reason. The venues in Europe have so much more history than you have here in the United States. They're just so old world there, and it's just breathtaking. You just get captured by the beauty and history of the venues in Europe. And what a better place to get married at somewhere that has hundreds and hundreds of years of history in it. The photography that you would have at these venues, like you just can't beat it. You can't find something like that here. Like in California, for example, you're never gonna find that same type of venue that you would find in France or in Italy. It's just really not the same type of thing. And so the portrait opportunities at a venue like that in Italy compared to here in the United States, it's just night and day. It really is. The third reason is that everybody loves a vacation. So when you have a destination wedding, especially in somewhere like Europe, that is an excuse to go have a vacation where you and all of your guests can spend a week or maybe even 2 weeks, whatever you have the time and the budget for, to go immerse yourself in the local culture and activities of your wedding city and maybe even your wedding region, whatever you guys have the time and again the budget to go do. And so there's really nothing like having an entire vacation around your wedding and being able to spend the time there. And you can plan an entire wedding weekend of activities where you and all of your guests go on group tours and activities together, and that can be a really fun time to spend with all of your guests, because a lot of the times here in the United States, even when your guests are coming from out of town, people don't always take the time to plan that kind of activity list with their guests. So with a destination wedding weekend, it's totally different. You can really take the time to spend with your guests, immersing yourself in the local culture and activities of your wedding city. The fourth reason is to experience European cuisine. So when you are getting married in France or maybe even in Italy, gosh, like I can't even imagine going to a wedding there and being able to experience the food, like sitting down to a wedding reception and having local handmade Italian pasta at a wedding reception. Like, are you kidding me? I cannot imagine that. That would be the dream as a guest, or even as a vendor, being fed a vendor meal of local, like authentic French food would be absolutely incredible. That would just be such a dream to be able to experience that. That would be amazing. And having actual French wine right in France, that would just be so amazing. So that alone, I feel like, would be a reason to go get married in Europe, to experience that. That is seriously such an incredible reason to go get married in Europe. Now, my fifth and final reason, this is seriously such a good thing to keep in mind, is that it doesn't have to be expensive. So I'm sure a lot of you saw this video. Maybe some people even saw this video and were like, I'm not gonna watch that. That sounds so expensive. Is that it doesn't have to be expensive. This doesn't have to be a $50,000 plus adventure. And I know expensive is a relative term. Some people think expensive and they think of one number, and some people think expensive and they think of a totally different number than what that original person was thinking. So it doesn't have to be what you think of as expensive. You can have a European wedding and have it not be super expensive if you have all of the right things. So if you have a smaller guest count and you consider this a vacation and your honeymoon all in one, and you don't go crazy with the decor, you can do this on a relatively affordable budget compared to the average American wedding budget. You really can. This does not have to be that expensive. Again, especially if you are considering this to be a vacation and if you are considering your honeymoon budget wrapped into this wedding, because it really is your honeymoon as well. If you stay for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and combine this as your honeymoon, you can do this without breaking the bank. You really can. You're not going to be inviting 200 people to this. You can be inviting and having like anywhere from 5 people to 20 people to maybe even just 50 people, and it doesn't have to be crazy expensive. You could choose to do just the 2 of you and have it be for just a couple $1,000s maximum. So thinking about having your flight, your hotels, and obviously your food and a little bit of transportation, and your dress and your photographer, and maybe just the tiniest bit of decor if you want it. So that's all you have to do. That could be like your bare minimum, or adding on some guests and have it be a little bit of rentals and a little bit of decor, okay? That can be like your next step up, or adding on more and more people. So you can keep going up from there, but it doesn't have to be crazy expensive. It doesn't have to be this big blowout wedding. Obviously it can be. If you want to have 300 people in somewhere in Italy on the Amalfi Coast, you can absolutely do that by all means, but this doesn't have to be that expensive. You can get away with getting married in Italy on not that big of a budget. I promise you, you can do it. But one thing I do highly recommend, especially if you're having at least a dozen people getting married, is that you are working with at least bare minimum a local wedding planner to help you plan these logistics from afar. Definitely is going to be super helpful doing this, because you might not know the lay of the land there, and you might not know all of the local people that you need to get these rentals and things like that involved. So that is one tip that I have for you guys, is to invest a little bit of money in a local wedding coordinator or planner. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this inspired you to start looking into some European wedding venues for your wedding. Europe is a really big place. You have a lot of different countries to choose from. Maybe start thinking of the kind of background that you want, the kind of weather that you want, when you're actually able to go. That might impact where you can go, what kind of food you might want. All of these different kinds of things are going to affect where you might choose to get married. Tell me down in the comments below, if you are going to get married in Europe, where you would get married. If you aren't going to but would want to get married in Europe, where you would get married. I can't wait to hear your locations down in the comments below, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!